Merry Christmas and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. Now for those of you who are new to this series, the Weekly Challenges are a set of 5 of these events, usually posted Thursday night, Friday morning depending on your region. These usually consist of 4 races already in the game that, depending on your progression, may need to be unlocked, while the 5th one, due to the special event, is one that can either be a time trial, a mission challenge, or a race itself. And the purpose of these guides is to give you an overview as to what to expect in each of these events. So let's get right into it. We begin with the Sunday Cup Classic. This is a 3-lap race at Red Bull Ring Short Track, and of course requires a road car. Now of course it's a suggested 300 performance points, and it doesn't have to be a classic car. That's just what usually is used by the AI here, since it's the classic. But I'm going to stay in theme here with this Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint that I've created. So this will be my choice for the event. And of course the only real tips I can give here is that obviously after that first turn there, the turn that goes up into the short track. So for those used to the GP layout, remind you of that. And also beware of the Porsche 350 Spider or even the Coupe. That's usually these races. If they start in the first 2 positions, you're usually not going to catch them. But if they're behind another car, 3rd or lower, then you'll have a chance. But be prepared to hustle. Next up, the pickup truck race. This is a 5-lap race around Lake Louise Tri-Oval Reverse. And of course, this is to use snow tires on your road car, which is really just one of the chosen vehicles here, either the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 19 or the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor 2011. So obviously those are the cars featured. And so for me, I'm going to use the Raptor this time around. Used the Tundra last time, so I feel it's fair. So we're going to put these on snow tires now, and off we go. So all your real tips here is depending on your tune with these trucks here. Obviously have the gearing very appropriately there. This will top out pretty quickly, and just watch carefully where the AI brakes and where they will slide out. That's when you can take the best opportunity to make your overtakes and get around them. Especially in that second turn there where you don't even really have to downshift. Just go off the throttle a bit, let them slide out. You can go right underneath them. And remember, 3rd gear for that final corner there, and use that banking to your advantage. Next, the Ferrari Circuit Challenge. This is a 5-lap race around the Yas Marina circuit. And this requires a Ferrari of 700 performance points or less. So, as you can see here, Ferraris being the main feature there. And so the car I'm going to use for this event, and pretty much my new one for these forever, Ferrari 296 GTB, and this challenge cartoon I have made. So, here we go. Obvious tips here. You might want to equip some brakes if you're using the 296 there, since it can be a bit tricky to slow down, of course. In fact, this is pretty much my recommended car just because, it's the only road car Ferrari you can use with a hybrid system, which therefore makes passing all the other cars pretty easy. So, yeah, pretty much don't see why you would want to use anything else. And another thing I want to put in there is heavily emphasizing on the brakes. This being a very technical circuit there, you want to be very keen on having those brakes work as good as possible, because it's a lot of speed to bring down, and that hybrid system makes it a little heavy. Next, the World Touring Car 900. This is a 10-lap race with 4 times fuel use and 6 times tire wear at the 24 Hours of Le Mans racetrack, or Circuit de la Sarthe, if it's plainly says right there. So 900 performance points or less, and as you can see, it'll be a field of mostly Group 2 cars. But you don't really have to use the Group 2 cars, as I'm going to demonstrate here with this Peugeot 908 I'm going to get. And as you can see, the appropriate tire is going to use. So let's get right into that. So, tips for me, recommended cars for this are either the diesel prototypes there, the Audi R18 or the Peugeot 908 I'm using, or the 2016 LP1 hybrids, obviously the Audi, the Porsche, the Toyota, or even the hypercar, the GR010. Now with the diesels, you are going to want to try to feather the throttle a bit in 6th gear just to make use of that fuel mileage there. Obviously with the hybrids though, you can pretty much push all the way until lap 6 or even 7. Usually that's coming from my understanding. And of course, tires, you want to start on the mediums. Good balance of durability and grip. Hards, yeah, they last long, but not very grippy. And the softs, you don't want to start with them, but you can't finish the race with them. So, it's really the tips I recommend most for this. And of course, finally, a special event or the special race, the 3-lap is here at Deep Force Raceway featuring the Polestar 5 Performance. So this is a 1 meg event for another one of the cars added in the Spec 3 update. So we choose the Polestar 5 and off we go. Now of course, I do want to stress that this one's probably going to be one of the challenging ones if you're going to go for a pure stock challenge there. So if you feel like you need to modify the brakes because they can be a bit difficult to make work, then by all means do that. The main thing I do want to encourage though is that you want to do a lot of rolling on the throttle there. Obviously that's 800 plus horsepower coming from this all EV car there, and it's instant, so you gotta be really careful with how you use that coming out of these corners especially. And again, want to emphasize those brakes there. Be as smooth as possible on braking and on accelerating. Really, that's the best way I found. So that is it for this and for this year when it comes to the weekly challenges guide. Hope you enjoyed any of these, whether you've logged in to them or haven't been in it for a while. If you do enjoy these, like, share, and subscribe, but don't forget to tick the bell icon so you're notified when they show up at 1 p.m. on Fridays. So that is it for me this year, and I will see you guys next year in the next video.